my friends, and welcome to another episode of Proactive is the Way, where we explore personal care, spiritual wellness, and what it truly means to glow from the inside out. This time, through the lens of something both ancient and misunderstood, the modern witch. Today's episode may challenge long-held beliefs, stretch your thinking, and hopefully inspire a more empowered approach to self-care. We're kicking off our Summer Glow Up series with a deep dive into the Witch's Book of Self-Care by Erin Murphy Hiscock. Now, before the word witch sends you running, I invite you to pause and lean into curiosity. What if the term you were taught to fear is actually a portal? One that leads to self-healing, divine feminine energy, and an unapologetic reclaiming of identity. This summer, I'm exploring what self-care looks like through the eyes of real-life practicing witches. People who live this truth daily and use their magic not for spectacle, but for wellness, connection, and deep alignment. And I hope you'll come along with me, share your thoughts, your curiosities, and maybe even challenge what you think you know. You can find the link to grab a copy of our featured book in the description, The Witch's Book of Self-Care. Inside this book, I discovered what it actually means to be a witch, the history and evolution of this sacred identity, how witchcraft is rooted in practical, intentional self-care, and how we can all learn to care for ourselves with more awareness and alignment. What surprised me most was how familiar it all felt. These practices weren't eerie or fantastical. They were empowering and practical. From mental and emotional care like journaling and balance, to physical care through rest, hydration, and herbal remedies, to spiritual rituals that welcome all belief systems and help us connect with our higher selves. This book is a beautiful toolkit for living with intention. And when it comes to household energy, clutter clearing, and sacred spaces like altars or prayer rooms, it all circles back to living in harmony with your space, your energy, and your truth. What struck me was this: witches aren't so different from the rest of us. They're just more tuned to nature, to cycles, to energy. Their magic is the intention they infuse into everyday actions. Spells? They're like prayers or affirmations. Potions? Think herbal salves or body butters. The mystery becomes mindfulness. So it made me ask, why did I fear what I didn't understand? Why do we let media and people who don't even actually live that life define ancient practices with narrow lenses? And why shouldn't someone reclaim a word and reshape its power? Through this book, I saw how witches have reclaimed their identity. They live unashamed, grounded, and empowered. And in that, there is the real magic. In 2 weeks, I'll be joined by Emily Morrison, a psychotherapist, witch, priestess, writer, and teacher. She's also the host of the podcast, The Witch Next Door. With over 20 years of earth-based spiritual practice and a master's in counseling, Emily uses her knowledge to guide others in stepping into their own magic. Together, we'll explore the evolution of the witch, unpack cultural misconceptions, and walk through her own sacred self-care rituals. You won't want to miss it. To prepare, make sure to pick up your copy of The Witch's Book of Self-Care by Erin Murphy Hiscott. The link is in the description. To access replays, resources, and more from Kinky Knots Cafe, Proactive is the Way, please visit www.kinkyknotscafe.com. Until the next time, stay proactive, my friends. Take good care.